Hey there, beautiful souls. It's Ananda. I'm the Galactic Mystic, and this is your Navigational Astrology forecast for Monday and Tuesday. We're doing a combo today. Monday and Tuesday, October 11th and 12th. I had to look at the calendar because I never know what day it is. Well, how was your weekend? So this information explosion, this Sun-Mars Mercury Retrograde conjunction that happened on Saturday, that's when it was exact. It has been in play for a while and will continue to be, today included. But seriously, we've had an information explosion, haven't we? We've got whistleblowers coming out from Facebook, from Pfizer. The New York Times had to walk back one of their statements that they made in an article that was wildly inaccurate. We have the Pandora Papers that have come out. That's kind of a crazy thing. We have the La Palma volcano increasing in activity. We had an M-class solar flare over the weekend. We have increased seismic activity. It's as if, it isn't as if, the earth definitely feels these energies in her body, just like we feel them in our body. So there's a lot going on, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. I could sit here for another hour and rattle off all just the incredible amount of just information to look at. Things coming out, explosive situations, literally and figuratively. It's very interesting times. We also have a Schumann resonance blackout. It's always a little odd when that happens. And because we had the M-class solar flare over the weekend, some of that geomagnetic energy is hitting us now and has been overnight as well. So there's a lot. So even with all of that going on, today our beacon card is the star. So we may be feeling some relief, some optimism. I know I am. Let me tell you, that Libra new moon that we just had really threw me for a loop. It was so intense for me and powerful. But that's what it does when we are being pushed to plant that new seed, to start that new thing that the new moon is asking us to do. Sometimes we get there through discomfort, and I know I sure did. But now we are in the crescent phase. This is the waxing crescent. So this is when we're taking that new idea that the new moon gave us or asked of us, and it's in the ground. It's beginning to germinate. It's beginning to reach for the light, to see the light of day. And then once it does that, it's going to be strengthening, getting ready to send down roots. This is a very exciting, one of my favorite phases of the lunar cycle, because we get to take practical steps forward towards our goals, towards the new thing. So you can see here, we still have the Sun-Mars conjunction very powerfully in the situation today. Mercury retrograde is in a 3-degree orb, still very close. So we can still expect more of this energy to continue. An interesting thing today is that Mars is exact, and I mean exactly opposing, exactly opposite the Neptune-Uranus midpoint. So this is a very important request of the universe that we slow down a little bit today, that we maybe have a little less coffee, that we take care of our nervous systems. This is a highly, highly creative energy. And honestly, This is one of those days, yesterday, today, and tomorrow, where we could be receiving some intuitive hits, some messages from our spirit council, from our higher self. The moon has been contacting the great attractor, which is a very, very powerful gravitational area of space that has a lot to do with fate and this seductive pull, this stream of energy that we can sort of get sucked into, and it feels like fate, but is it? And is this intuition? Is this my emotions? All of those kind of questions come into play. And then today we have the moon conjunct the galactic center. So again, dream time could be super, super magical, with that in combination with Mars opposing the Neptune-Uranus midpoint. But we want to create a situation with our body, mind, and spirit that we can receive these messages. We don't want to be like cracked out on stress and coffee and Red Bull, and we want to be in a receptive state. Now, I just want to say that all of these energies are available to us all the time. We don't need any of these alignments or any of this in order to tap into the cosmic mind of the Great Spirit. Sometimes it's hard to remember that, and that's why these alignments are nice, because they're like a nudge or a reminder to tap into those, to be more receptive to those channels, even though they're available to us all the time. Sometimes we have a little extra help, whether it's placebo or not, doesn't even matter as long as we tap in. So Venus has been conjunct the South Node. This can create very intense emotions, strong feelings of love, although I will caution that if you meet someone under this influence, it could be very karmic. You may not end up getting what you really want, but it still could be a very powerful experience. So if we look at Tuesday, October 12th, the beacon card for Tuesday is the Hermit. Once again, we are asked to go within, to seek out the guidance of that inner soul star. We should be doing that every day. But that is the overall guidance that we were given on the fall equinox. So these reminders are really nice for the universe to give us. It's like, hey, go within. Hey, what's up? Go within. The big news on Tuesday is that the moon will be squaring Mercury retrograde, then Mars, then the sun. Then after that, we'll be hitting up Pluto. So with the moon talking to all these planets, we could feel at odds with some information we come across. We could have some just conversations that aren't going the way that we wanted. Our thoughts could be bothersome. All of these mercurial things. That's how it will go first. Then it will hit up Mars. When Mars and the moon are in a square, this can be a very frustrating energy. And then the same with the sun. So generally on Tuesday, with the guidance to go within is actually very wise, because we could experience some of these frustrations. We could be coming at people sideways, or people could be coming at us sideways, and it could just be a frustrating situation. The other thing I have to mention is that Saturn is now stationed direct. Talk about Saturn for a second. So when Saturn is retrograde, we can experience ourselves enhancing a deeply rooted inner self-sufficiency. It can sometimes have us in isolation or just more alone. But in this aloneness or in this solitude, even if it's just in our heads, we can be surrounded by people and just really be more present inside. This is a phase of cultivating emotional self-discipline, emotional inner reserves, things like that. So when Saturn has been retrograde and then goes direct, in the first period of time, once he goes direct, this is a really, really good time to take some actions that are based on your new level of inner reserves and inner strength and self-responsibility. Saturn gets a bad rap, but Saturn is your friend. Saturn's one of my favorites because we can't have anything that lasts without Saturn. We can't have any kind of stability or structure in our lives without Saturn, but we have to be responsible. He is the guardian of the gates to everything that we want in life. And he both tests our faith, but then rewards us for having faith. He wants us, Saturn wants us to develop faith in ourselves and in our path, in our destiny, and in our cosmic roles and all of that. He wants us to take up the mantle, to accept our mission. So what is your mission? Do you have a new mission? Are you doing something new? I mean, let me know in the comments. What's your mission? Are you taking actionable steps toward this mission? That's good stuff. I hope you have a great couple days. I will see you for Wednesday's forecast. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing and for shining your light in this world. We need to see you.